All right.
America. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All
Mike
right.
and
Welcome to Fantasy Dad Duo, where you could call me Daddy if you want to. Jeff, welcome to the show. My name is Jack Banks. This is my partner in crime, Jeff. How are we
what's
doing
going on,
tonight?
guys? I'm feeling good. We just had a very interesting weekend with our 8-month-old. She turned 8 months on Saturday, and she had 103 fever for the
Boy.
rest of the day.
So you didn't sleep all weekend.
No, yeah, we got no sleep. Fiance was sick beforehand. Then the baby got sick. Then I got sick. So it was a pretty long weekend.
Well, did you get sick before or after you ate way too many tacos tonight?
Oh no, I've been feeling better since the reason we went out today was because we needed a day out. We had to get out of the house. We needed some taco time on Cinco de Mayo, everybody.
Speaking of taco time, when was the last time you shit your pants, Jeff? I was just talking about this with my buddies, and now that we're in our 30s, it seems to be happening to the guys way too often.
All right, so it hasn't been anytime soon, but I do have a story. When we had a 3 wedding weekend, we had some stuff going on before the wedding on Thursday. We had a wedding on Friday. Then we had our friend's wedding on Saturday. And then we had another wedding on Sunday. And this was E's wedding weekend.
Oh yeah.
So we had, oh man, drank my socks off on Friday night, drank Thursday night beforehand, tried to keep it together on Saturday because we had to drive, but still drank a bit. Then drank our socks off on Sunday night, and then Monday had the day off from work, and we ended up going out to Hibachi, and I shit my pants on the ride home.
Full on shit your pants, or did you just shit the cheeks? Did it make it to underwear?
Oh man, I'll be honest with you. I was so bloated from all the food we had that weekend and all the drinking that we did that I was like, oh man, it's gonna happen. She was just like, it's not
And it
gonna
did.
happen. And I was like, I'm gonna shit my pants. And sure enough, homeboy shit his pants.
Well, today we're going to talk about our top 12 RBs. I know. Let's just change that subject. Keep in mind we haven't fully statted this out, so subject to change. We're ranking these from our guts, from deep in our loins. We'll talk about some fantasy dart throws that might pay off big. And then I'll just give you some head-to-head predictions, who's going to have more yards than who, sort of thing. So let's jump into it, and Jeff, let's just volley these back and forth. We'll try to keep them quick, maybe 30 seconds each a player. But your fantasy running back rankings, who's that number one guy this year for you?
Oh, Bijan overall.
So
Bijan's number one overall. He's the guy that, as long as he's healthy, because we all know that shit happens with everybody, but he's that guy that you can count on for 1,200 rushing yards and 600 receiving yards every single year, 12 plus touchdowns. He is just the full package. He's amazing.
So Bijan's my number one too. I'm the sort of guy where I'm just going to draft talent. And it worries me a little bit that the Falcons aren't going to be this superstar offense. I think I would prefer to have Tua than Penix for Bijan's sake, if I'm being completely honest, because I know Tua's going to hit him with about 100 targets, probably 100 plus targets. He might have 80 plus receptions on the year if Tua's the guy.
It's not anything that he can't handle. He's proven to be able to handle a lot, and I don't know about 100 targets. I'll give him 50 to 100, not 100 though.
Man, he had 800 receiving yards last year.
He definitely is the whole package. I'm not saying that he couldn't do it. He probably could, but just if he's going to be rushing 15 to 20 touches a game, and then he's going to get 8 to 10 targets a game on top of that, that's putting the whole team on his back. That's what the Giants did with Saquon, and look at how often he got hurt.
Man, that's on my wish list though. I want to see him get that 2,000 all-purpose yard season.
100%. He's an overall first draft pick, no matter what. Yeah, for real.
Okay, so number two, my RB2, and we share it is Gibbs, Jahmyr
Yep,
Gibbs. Um,
100%.
you know, do I think he's going to have a huge volume increase with David Montgomery going out of town? I'm not as convinced as everybody else seems to be,
5
but
touches a game. I'll give
yeah,
him 5 more touches a game.
that's a lot. That's a lot. But
It's a moderate, like a moderate a lot though. It's not something that's gonna like push him off the board so much that he's gonna get like 100 extra yards every single game. Montgomery had 1 season with them, maybe 2 seasons with them, where he could have said, "Oh yeah, these extra 100 yards that I'm getting per game."
well, I'll tell you what, Jahmyr get five touches a game is 75 touches a year, a little bit more than 75 touches a year. So that's a sizable increase. And we know Gibbs is a touchdown machine.
Yes,
I don't see that slowing down. We know
me
he's a
neither.
reception machine. I don't see that slowing down.
Yep,
Um,
he's
he's young.
another guy. I wouldn't say he's the 1,200, 600 to 800 receiving yards, 1,200 rushing, 600, 800 receiving that Bijan would be. But I could say 1,500 easy every single year while
Yeah,
healthy.
I think that's floor. I mean, 1,200 and 600 last year. Um, he's a machine. So we'll keep it going, and this is where it kind of gets spicy. So Jeff, at your number 3 back, who do you have?
G&T, baby.
So Ashton Jeanty with the Raiders. We like the offense to improve.
Correct.
What does that look like for him?
I don't think with Mendoza, granted that Mendoza is their starter, which he obviously should be, but with him there and with, I don't know, with, how do I say with him there after that? With him there, they either do one of two things. They either move closer to prospering or they shit the fucking bed and everybody just makes fun of him all over again. I
Do they shit the bed or do they shit their cheeks?
that would be a full on shit their bed. That would be a full on shit their bed, especially with the way that their fucking receivers looked last year. I mean, the way that this game plays out, he is going to have such a load on his back, no pun intended. He's going to have such a load on his back that he has to move forward with fucking everything, and that's going to be a guy that could get every single short reception that Mendoza wants to throw. I mean, this could be the only reason why I have him at 3 is because do I like him a whole shit ton, but do I think that he could take the numbers that he barely got last year and push him forward plethora, push him forward to a plethora more yards, a plethora more receptions, a plethora more receiving yards? I mean, I think the guy is going to fucking take off. I really do think he's going to put the entire team on his back because he's actually going to get the ball in his hands. That quarterback, he who must not be named, that they had last year that did not fucking do anything for them and probably won't fucking do anything for the Jets this year. I think he held him back a little bit and he didn't give him the ball as much as he should. How often were you watching replays or seeing just like stat videos of games last year or watching the game itself? And did you see him have a clear and open screen that he could give Gene T? Or if he just handed off the fucking ball and didn't try to move the ball around himself. It's the quarterback that runs the offense, and when the quarterback that's running the offense thinks he can take care of the ball more than he actually can and more than he's proven in his entire fucking career, he should probably take a step back. Now, granted, when he was on the Seahawks, the Seahawks built their offense around what he was capable of doing. The Raiders did not do that. They put the ball in his hands and hoped that he would build the offense towards what they wanted the offense to be. That was the wrong move on the coach's part, but he should have said something as well that he wasn't able to handle the. I mean, you're not going to say that when you're making all that money, but still. I just think Gene T this year, without somebody holding them back and holding the chains, I think he's going to fucking let loose and show us what he's actually worth.
Yeah. One of my favorite stats for Gene T is that through like 10 or 12 weeks, something like that, he had more rushing yards after contact than total rushing yards, which means his average run, he was getting contact behind the line of scrimmage. So the line wasn't blocking for him. The offense wasn't competent, and he still almost had 1,000 yards. So they add Lindenbaum from the Ravens, who's the best center in football. That's going to give some power up the middle. You add a competent quarterback. I don't care if it's Kirk Cousins. I don't care if it's Mendoza. It's an upgrade.
Yeah, it's even the way that Cousins is looking right now.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's more dump offs. That's a more competent offense. You add a great head. Well, we'll see if he's a great head coach. He was a great OC in Clint Kubiak. It's built around zone run, so it's what he does. And he averaged 3.7 yards a carry last year. Do you know what he averaged at Boise State? It was over 6 yards a carry. So this dude he could be a big play merchant. He can. He flashed it a little bit at the end of the year.
You can't, but you can't compare Boise State and then moving to the NFL because look at the division that they play in. It's not anything like where Boise State is. So you can't. You want to compare the two just numbers wise. So stats wise, yeah, by all means, go ahead and do what you want to do. But you can't compare the gameplay because it's like two different fucking. I mean, that's like.
Here's what I'll say. I have GT down at 8 in my rankings. So you have him at 3. I have him at 8. I like him. I don't like him as much as you. I'll say that. All right, let's move on to your number 4 running back. You have Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor, dude.
So here's what I'll propose to you. Jonathan Taylor.
Do you have him at 5? Do you have him at 5?
I have Jonathan Taylor at 7.
You have it 7. Oh, yeah. Fuck. All right.
So here's my problem with him. You feel free to rebuke this. And
I have him at 4 for one reason and one reason only.
Let's hear it.
Daniel Jones will not be starting the season with Indianapolis.
What do you mean?
If Daniel Jones does not start the season, I have JT at number 4 because JT is going to be the one that they give the ball to the most. With Pittman gone, JT is going to get all that offense.
We saw Indy without Daniel Jones. They can't move the ball.
JT was still a first-round draft pick, was he not?
So before the Daniel Jones injury, he was far and away the best running back in the league. After, those touchdowns disappeared. So
I'm just saying in general, without Daniel Jones there, it is my belief that he is going to get the bulk of what that team's offense is throwing.
He'll probably get 20-plus touches. I mean, I don't disagree.
I see 5 receptions and 20-plus touches a game. That's just me. Or 5 targets. 5 targets. Not receptions. All right. 5 targets.
So JT, here's my problem with JT. He ran for 1,600 yards almost, 18 touchdowns, and 400 receiving yards last year.
Mm-hmm.
And he barely outscored Bijan and Jameer. If the Indianapolis Colts are not basically the best offense in football through the first 10 weeks of the season, that 18 touchdowns could look a lot more like 10 touchdowns, which just pushes him down. And for me, I want running backs who could be a little situation proof. I want a Bijan who could catch 60, 70 balls on a bad team and still put up RB1 numbers. I think if Jonathan Taylor is on a bad team, he gets game scripted. He doesn't catch the balls. His touchdowns go down. I lose a little bit of value there. What do you think?
I can't disagree with you there because, I mean, situation proof. You mean, are you talking like red zone situations? Because he's not a red zone running back.
I think he is a red zone running back.
You think he is a red zone running back? I've never looked at him that way.
He's a big, beefy boy, Jeff.
The entire time, yeah, but he gets injured fucking like every other year. I don't look at running backs that get injured that easily every other year like they're red zone running backs. They're a 3-down back. I look at 4th down backs like they're the fucking red zone guys. That's a Charbonnet thing.
Yeah, so you're talking about short yardage thumpers.
Correct.
I don't see a guy in the Colts taking.
That's like Ron Dane. He fucking somebody who does not care. I mean, you could say Scadaboo's like this as well, but he's got a little bit more in the package. The guy that doesn't give a fuck about putting his head down and just plowing through whoever's in front of him. It's a Ron Dane deal. That's exactly what Barber and Dane did.
You don't get 18 touchdowns, Jeff, by not putting your head down and running it into the end
I
zone.
mean, that's Sean Alexander didn't do that, and look at how many touchdowns he got.
Sean Alexander was the full package, 27, by the way.
Tell me I'm not correct, though. Am I right?
He was a little bit more.
Just say I'm right and fucking get by it already. Jesus Christ.
All right, the next running back on your list. Jeff. Tell me who he is.
My list, Devon Achane, baby. Love him. Don't even know him, love him.
He is talk to me about
He's the Dolphins offense.
So they lose Tyreek to injury and
they let him go after the injury, did they not?
Yeah, they did.
They did. Okay.
He's still out there.
He's still there. And nobody's picked him up yet. There's still rumors about him going to the Chiefs, but I haven't heard shit since like 2 or 3 months ago. Everybody just wants that reunion to happen. That's why.
Yeah. So Tyreek gone.
Yep.
Jalen Waddle gone to the Broncos.
Correct.
Darren Waller gone.
So Tua gone.
Tua gone. Malik Willis in.
Mm-hmm.
A couple rookies in. Bell and Coleman, I believe. So their receiving room is not looking proven.
It's young. Yeah, it's looking very young. It's young.
It's young. Their running back room is looking like Devon Achane.
Correct.
Yeah. Their tight end room, I think it's Greg Dulcich. But again, not impressive. Mm-hmm. So you see everything running through the little guy. You know, he's 5'7", 180 pounds, something like that.
Do I think he's going to get those? And this is going to be a complete overestimate, and this is just my dad take on this. 25 to 30 touches a game. That would be wild with his size because that's got injury written all over it if they're putting the fucking ball in his hands that often. But who else is on the offense that's gonna? Are they gonna turn like is Willis just gonna be a scrambling quarterback and they're gonna have a running back and a quarterback that both rush over 1,000 yards? The way that he was working on his game last year, you can start to throw more. But who's he gonna throw to?
Yeah, I look at the offense and I am stumped. I don't know anything about their head coach, Hathley. I don't know anything about how he's going to run the offense, if he's going to make Willis if he's going to have a bunch of passing attempts, if he's going to be an option quarterback, if he's going to cycle through running backs, if he's going to keep Achane healthy by limiting touches. Achane had 300 touches last year, which is a lot.
Yes.
So he could handle it. He
was he another one that got almost 500 yards?
Receiving?
Yeah.
Yeah, just under 500, 488.
So he's another one. That the level for that floor is just right. He's a talent. He's a very high talent. I have him at 5, specifically because they're running the whole offense through him from what I see at an early game standpoint. And strictly fantasy-wise, I see that running his numbers going up just because he is the entire offense. Now, that being said, I have been proven dead wrong before, and I've made some very bad trades and thrown some picks out that I just dropped the fucking guy that I made the trade. But I will say the way that it looks upon arrival with the season coming, I mean, I'm not going to say quickly because we're still a couple of months away, but with us at practice's front door, I see everything running through him. And number 5, man, if he stays healthy, he could be an easy 1,500 rushing yards, 600 receiving yards next year. He could be.
I don't really want to doubt the talent.
His talent's up there.
His talent is, I mean, I was dead wrong on him last year. I looked at his frame. I said, this
dead
guy
wrong on him 2 years ago. Fuck.
Yeah. I was like, this guy can't handle 300 plus, 250 plus touches. He can't handle it. And he did. He stayed healthy. He stayed productive. He averaged 5.7 yards a carry, which is stupid. I mean, that's crazy. I worry that this offense takes a massive step back and his touchdowns go from, he had 12 of them. I worry that they go from 12 to 6.
With what? With 1,200 rushing yards, or are you thinking he's just going to go
Yeah,
down to
yeah, no,
receivers?
yeah. I think he could. I think he could still have 1,200, 1,400 rushing yards, 500 yards receiving. Look,
Well, that's a big loss in fantasy points with those that big of a depletion in the touchdowns.
yeah. It's so I have him down at 10. So you have him at 5. I have him at 10.
Mhm.
He's still an RB1 for me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think
All right,
his
6.
floor is so safe. I think he's going
Let's
to have those touches. He's going to have those catches. I
let's
worry about
we like to talk, but let's move on to 6. Let's move on
all
to
right.
6.
All right, 6. Okay.
Who do you
So
got, Jackie?
we're going to talk about your number 6.
My number 6 first.
Yep, that's we're just going down your list. I'm just
Oh,
telling
we're
people.
going down my list. All right,
Yep.
my list number 6, James Cook the third, baby.
James Cook, I have him up at 4. And the reason I have him at 4 is because he's proven he could do it in multiple ways. Last year, he racked up the rushing yards. He had 1,600 rushing yards, only 300 yards receiving,
Mhm.
and 12 touchdowns. But
Mhm.
those are elite numbers. The year before, people were saying, "Oh, he's going to have a touchdown regression because he had 18 rushing touchdowns." So he proved he could do it with the high touchdowns, lower yards. He proved high yards, lower touchdowns. And then 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, rather, he did it with the receiving yards. He had a ton of receiving yards. So
Mhm.
he's proven that he could kind of do whatever the team needs him to do, and he's doing it in one of the premier offenses in the league. So he's on the Bills. The Bills are going to score, 27, 28, 30 points per
All
game.
right, let me ask you this. They just had a head coach changeover, correct?
Yes, but they
So
went
you
from
don't
McDermott to Brady. So and Brady was their OC. So I don't see the system changing.
you don't see anything changing at all? Okay. The reason
Maybe
I so
maybe minorly.
when we were going through this entire thing and you said pick your top 12, here's all the stats, here's the list or whatever for the top 20 or 25 that you gave me. I will say the coach changeover for me dropped him from 4 to 6. Oh, Jesus, burp.
Tacos. Those tacos are coming in.
Tacos are coming, they're
They're
coming back
fighting
for
for
me,
you.
baby. Hey, at least I'm not over here shitting my fucking pants on camera. Not above it, but I'm just saying.
Not, not,
Um,
not yet.
I will say a drop on my list from 4 to 6. It's really not that far, and it being a coaching changeover, it could go in either direction. And yes, their head coach is still an OC at heart, which makes complete sense that it wouldn't damage the numbers that he's going to make fantasy wise at all. But you never really know because sometimes when it's a new head coach that was an OC and they're getting a new OC, there's a little bit of tension in there for who's trying to pull which way. So and just the fact that like the NFL does what the NFL does and coaches are going to do as coaches will, that dropped him 2 spots for me, but that's really the only reason why I dropped that
You
far.
know,
Which 2 spots is not far at all. So
it's fair because McDermott was like a discipline guy. He was like a culture guy. And he played safety in the NFL. He's a hard-nosed thumper. He wants the team to run the ball. He wants to play defense.
Mhm.
And switching from that hard-nosed discipline guy to the offensive mind, maybe the team lacks a little discipline. Maybe they need to throw the ball more. So
I mean, you got Josh
goes on
Allen back there too, so he's not. There's discipline there with Josh Allen as well. He runs that offense. That is his fucking home. He knows what he's doing with that team, and he's got him on lock. So, like I
yeah.
said, could change over a little bit. Do I see it changing over? No, but just the fact that it could, I drop him 2 spots.
And
Number 7.
Josh Allen is going to run for 15 touchdowns.
Yeah, easily.
So
Not with the tushy pushy though. No tushy pushy.
no, he's running for real touchdowns.
Yeah,
He's not pushing.
he's a man among men. Anyways, all right. So number 7, I have CMC.
This is a far way to fall for CMC, who's pretty much consensus third. I have him at 5. So we're both down on CMC.
I have him.
Is it purely injury?
That's it. Number 1 reason, injury. Overall, among he's fucking amazing. He's a great running back. He has been ever since he was on the Panthers. It's injury and all injury, everything. I didn't even know if I wanted to put him in my top 12 specifically because of injury. Because if history repeats itself, he has a fucking boisterous year of a monster of a man, and then he comes back and he fucking gets hurt the year after that. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Do I think he's going to have a great season? Yes. Do I think it's going to be like last year? No. But I do think he's going to be in that top 12 range.
CMC last year, 311 carries, 100 receptions. Receptions, not targets. The clear RB1 last year. Matchup proof, everything proof. If they're behind, he's catching the ball. If they're ahead, he's running it. He scores a touchdown in basically every game. I can't trust them. If I'm sitting there at in the first round at pick 10, yeah, I'll probably pull the trigger. I'll probably do it because there's only so far I could let him fall before the FOMO kicks in.
Honestly, I don't even really see either one of us letting him drop below that 5th or 6th pick. But that being said, we hold grudges on this podcast. We fucking hold grudges. And homeboy gave me a grudge 2 or 3 years ago. He was my first overall. Wait, did I take him first overall, or was it just it was first overall, right?
First overall, and that was the year that he
fucking died.
They said he was healthy, and he missed the first 10 weeks of the season.
Yeah, and that was it. Game over. And it's nothing against him. Great player. I think he's going to be a great fantasy guy, but fuck him. He's off my list. Well, he's on my list, but he's off my list.
He's on your list, but late. So, okay. Number 8, you have one of my guys, Omarion Hampton.
I fucking snagged him 2nd round. First pick in the 2nd round in my dynasty draft. I love him. He's a Chargers boy. He picked him in the 2nd round, I think, last year in our redraft as well. And he's one of the guys. He got injured last year. Doesn't really do much for me. Doesn't really say much about him. I think he's one of those guys that's going to pan out. He's very talented. He came up last year in the shadow of Jeanty because of the way that he fucking played when he was at Boise. Now, that being said, when they both got to the NFL, the way that the teams were formed around, or the way that they formed into and molded into what was already there, Hampton looked like he fucking had been there for years already. He looked like he knew the playbook. He looked like he knew the system. Everybody played well with him, and he surpassed what I think a lot of people thought he was going to do last year, specifically because he was coming up in that shadow. Do I think he's going to do better this year? I do, because I think with a healthy season, he can flourish. So, I'm right there. I'm all fucking for it. But that injury last year puts him at 8 instead of 5 on my list.
So I'm going to get a little crazy. I have Omarion at 3.
Fuck yeah, man. I'm all for it.
The Chargers, they want to run the ball under Harbaugh. They beefed up that O-line. The O-line got healthy. They got 2 of the best tackles in football who were out last year, Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt. They want to pound the ball. I think Omarion is talented. I think that he's a do-it-all back. He could catch the ball. He could run between the tackles.
Another 1,500 guy.
Yep. I have him. Again, I haven't finished statting out. I think I'm going to have him for 12 plus touchdowns. I think he's going to rack them up this year. I think that offense is going to be functioning at a high level, and I think they're going to want to run the ball.
You think 1,000 rushing yards and 500? Well, 1,000 plus rushing yards and 500 plus reception yards.
I'm less confident about the receiving yards than I am.
If you've got him at 3, he can't fall behind that 500 yard number.
I think he's going to be like a 1,400 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns kind of guy. And receptions are just going to be gravy. They're just going to be the cherry on top.
Okay, all right. Hard to argue with because I love him too. So,
all right. Next, you have Jeremiah Love at 9, which is pretty high. I have him down at 12. Tell me about that Cardinals team and how you see them operating.
I mean, do I think they're going to operate through him? No, I don't. But I do think he is going to be a key component to what they're doing. And he's another guy. I mean, the hard thing about doing the top 12 is because a lot of the guys that are going to be on that top 12 could do the 1,000 rushing yard, 500 receiving yard seasons. And him coming in as a rookie, I think he could fucking have a rookie season like Saquon Barkley did. I think he's going to come out here and he's going to live to the name, and he's going to prove exactly what he's worth right off the rip. Now, am I saying that game one he's going to get 20 touches, 120 yards? No, but I'm saying that midway through the season he is going to be in that top 5 RB category. I think he's got the talent. I think he's got the tools. I don't think he's on the team that's going to make him look like he could be that good, but I think he's going to be one of those guys that surpasses how bad the rest of the team looks. Now, that being said, I do not think this team is going to be as bad as everybody thinks they're going to be.
They have a competent offense.
They do.
Jacoby Brissett proved it. You know, that they have receivers, Marvin
He
Harrison.
came in clutch at the end of the year last year, which is fucking wild. Holy
They were
shit.
bad, but the offense was good.
Well, you know why they were bad. They were bad for the exact reason that the Atlanta Hawks were bad this year. When you have one fucking player that continues to pull down the rest of the fucking team, well, fuck him. He's not your problem anymore. You get rid of him and you fucking surpass what everybody thought you were going to do.
Yeah. I worry a little bit about them paying Algier, and I worry a little bit about James Conner being the team captain last year. You know, those are both short yardage guys. Algier held back Bijan, so he's no joke. That being said, yeah, Jeremiah Love could do it all. You know, I think he's going to have those big plays. I have him down at 12. Like I said, I like him. I worry a little bit, and we know that rookie running backs start slow. So if I'm in a league where I feel really confident I'm going to make the playoffs, I might bump him up a little bit because I could afford to take that shot and have a slow start. But if I'm in a highly competitive league where every week matters, yeah, I'm going to take him a little bit later, and I'm going to get a guy that I know I'm going to get production out of the gate. I'm also just going to call you out real quick. You keep throwing out that 1,000-yard rushing, 500-yard receivings for running backs. For the record, Jeff, you know how many guys did that last year?
4.
Okay, you're close. 3. So it's a real high bar, and
the whole reason why I keep bringing it up and the whole reason why I'm throwing it out there is because it's not that the guys can't do it. It's just that they don't, and there's always a reason why they don't.
Yeah, you're basically just saying that as a bar for guys who do, you know.
Yeah, that's gonna make that's what'll put them in that top 5 running backs in the league. That's what will put them right in that spot.
Yeah, yep, and like as your point, 3 of the top 4 running backs last year, that's what they did.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
So number 10 on your list, Giants homer, Saquon Barkley. Yeah, he's an Eagle. Barkley.
I think he's going to be there. And I say that because fuck the Eagles. When the Eagles aren't doing the tushy pushy, he's the one that's getting the fucking ball right now because AJ Brown was basically just like, I'm tired of seeing some fucking balls getting dangled over there. They're not throwing me the fucking ball. He's on his way out. And I mean, Smith is getting the ball downfield, but if he's not catching the deep ball, he's not catching anything that's up close. And he's the only viable offense that's not in the fucking red zone right off the rip unless you're looking further downfield. Now, that being said, I do fucking hate the Eagles. So there's a reason why I'm going that hard on them. But I put him at 10 because he has the capability. I mean, he's shown it the last 2 years.
So I have him up at 6.
You're what? 6, 10? What the fuck?
Yeah,
is it?
No, it's all in that range. I see the bounce back. I think, you know, the Eagles want to run the ball, and I think under the new OC, they want to build an offense off the play action, you know, bootlegs and the quicker hitting offense. So I see more receptions. I see a more efficient run game. I like Saquon to bounce back, and the age scares me a little bit, but
age
2 years
injury.
ago, 2 years ago, he ran for 2,000 yards. I think he's still got some juice. At
Yeah.
number 11, you have Ken Walker, Super
Ken
Bowl
Walker.
MVP.
Ken Walker, dude.
On the Chiefs, baby.
On the Chiefs. I don't think that running back room is really anything for him to worry about. I was looking the other day, and as I'm watching on the dynasty draft, the slow draft that we have, and it's a really fucking slow draft. Oh my god. We got some people using the full 8 hours.
Oof.
But yeah, it's rough. But that being said, so Pacheco,
Gone.
he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
He is
boy.
on the
I get to eat shit today. He's gone. Who's he on now?
he is on the Lions.
Holy fuck. So
So
other than Ken
he's
Walker
the
and
new David
Nebraska
Montgomery.
boy, other than who's there? Ken Walker and who?
They got Ken Walker. They got Emmett Johnson, who's the rookie.
Yeah, the Nebraska boy. Yeah.
5th round, though. So
He's
not
dude,
high draft stock.
I think he's worth taking a look at. I think he's worth taking a look at as another red zone boy. Kenneth Walker hates those red zone boys because he had to deal with it last year with Charbonnet. So if he comes in this year and he's got to deal with it with Johnson again, he might just find another team after this season. Is that really? Are those the only two that they really have right now?
Yeah, that's the only 2 backs and note.
God damn it! I was ready to shit on Pacheco too, but all right. So that being said, Ken Walker and Johnson together. I think it's not the 1-2 punch, but I do think Ken Walker is going to be up there in yardage again this year. His touchdowns will probably be higher than last season because Charbonnet is not going to be there to snag that whole red zone offense. Again, Johnson's he's young. He's a rookie. He's the young Nebraska boy that they got going over there. Great running back. I was high on him, as you know already. But I do think Ken Walker takes the bulk of a lot of those touches throughout the entire season. If he gets hurt, which Ken Walker is known to do, if he gets hurt and Johnson comes in and proves that he's able to play that high-quality game in the NFL as well, Ken Walker may be looking at one of those fucking touchdown stealers again because I'm high on him. I think he's a good rookie running back. He hasn't even proven himself yet, and I'm already saying that. But if Ken Walker gets hurt, there's a chance that he comes out of the hiding. That being said, I don't think he's going to get hurt, and I think he's going to get way more touchdowns than he did last year. I'll put him at the 16, 17 touchdown range this year.
Holy cow!
I will.
Yeah, I'm hearing you talk right before that 16 touchdown thing, and I have him at 9 right now. I feel like I gotta slide him down a couple slots because you mentioned injury a couple times. He does get injured, and
he does.
I love him when he's on the field. But like you said, if you're going to draft Walker high, and I think you should. I think you should treat him like an RB1. If you're going to draft him high, I think you pay up a little bit. You draft Emmett Johnson as that handcuff to insulate yourself.
Yes, I agree.
Make sure you got that every week production because more than likely he's missing at least a couple weeks.
Couple weeks. I'll give it a couple.
Yeah. And then last on the list, you have Derrick Henry.
King Henry, baby.
King Henry, he rushed for, let me see where he is. He rushed for 1,600 yards and 16 touchdowns last year. All that said, he still scored less fantasy points than Devon Achane. And that is because he does not catch the ball. So talk to me about Derrick Henry and that Ravens offense.
I wasn't going to put Derrick Henry in my top 12. I wasn't. And then reading through the numbers, let's see if I can take a quick gander and see who the hell I thought was going to take his place real quick.
Nobody's taking his place.
I was going to throw in, okay, well, I mean, we're talking about me here. I was going to throw in Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs was going to be my guy to toss in at number 12. The reason why I didn't throw Josh Jacobs in for number 12 is because every single time I think the King isn't going to do it, he does. And I'm not going to call him an old man, but he's one of the older ones on this top 12 list of mine. And he's got the juice, man. If he's got the juice, he's plowing forward, and he's not. He's been hurt before. He's had big injuries before. He's not really showing signs of slowing down. He's not, and that offense. Now, granted, without Harbaugh, we'll see what happens. But that offense with him and Lamar, I just think they play so well together. And if Lamar's not there, he's still going to get all those touches that he deserves because he's a proven man. If he's got the juice, there's no reason to not give him the ball.
Yeah, I have him outside of my top 12 right now. I'm probably going to move him back in. Every year I say, "Oh, he's 30 years old. This is it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
He's
31
not
years
going to
old.
fucking do it. He can't
He's
fucking
32
do it.
years old.
Yep.
This is it."
I'm right there with you. I'm tired of getting fucking shit on at the end of the year because of it, though. I'm tired.
I know I'm going to draft him though. The year I do it and draft him at ADP is the year he drops off.
ACL.
So,
right off the rip. That's the year. And
yeah.
fucking terrible. I hate it. But I'm just tired of fucking taking so many showers because I get shit on with it all the time. Can't do it anymore.
All right. So that's your top 12. I'll say some notable exclusions were Chase Brown. Notable exclusion. I hate the talent. I love the situation. He can sneak in. I understand it.
Hate the Bengals.
Yep. The ranking I feel best about for my list is Saquon. I like the value. I like him to bounce back. Any notable call outs you want to say about your top 12, things you're feeling good about at the moment, or
things I'm feeling good about at the moment? The number one thing I'm feeling good about right now is Gene T. I think Gene T is going to come out of the dark this year and actually prove that he's worth what he's got. I do. I'll keep him at my number 3. Bijan and Gibbs, number 1 and 2. You can flip flop that however you want because each one of them is arguable 1 or 2, 2 or 1. It doesn't matter. But that's solid. That is the tier. Then underneath that, the second tier is 3 to 5. And then underneath that, the third tier is 6 to 10. 11 and 12 are like the honorable mentions of those top running backs. Granted, would you still take them in a fucking 12-man league? Yeah, in the first round. Why the fuck wouldn't you? But that's in my eyes, that's the way the tier is because when you're looking at Bijan and Gibbs, that's where everybody else is trying to get.
Yep. All right. So before we move on to the next segment, the Giants guy, I got to give you a soapbox to talk about Scadaboo a bit. Where do you see him this year? How's the upside? How's the floor?
All right. So on that top 20 list, was it the one that you gave me? Was it all of stats? Was it pure stats, or was it just where their rankings were right now?
So where their ranking is the 1 through 20, and their stats is what they did last year.
Okay. All right. So that being said, we don't really know when he's coming back this year. There's been rumblings beginning of the season ready, rumblings first couple of weeks. He's gonna. I'd give him within the first 4 weeks. He's probably gonna be back.
Yeah, I would err on start of the season. Anything could happen.
If he's there at the start of the season, I think he's gonna be top 12. I do.
He is the least likely do it all back I've ever seen. You look at the way he plays and you say, this guy is a fullback.
They've got a great fullback now, though. They've got a great fullback over there now. So there's going to be some blocking that goes on now. They've got a good fucking offensive lineman that's coming in. I'm a Giants fan, so I'll fuck you if you say otherwise. But it's not a bad looking offense right now. And that being said, they've got Dart. He's looking good. He's looking healthy. He looked very good last year as a rookie. Scadaboo coming back also looked very good last year as a rookie. One of those 5th round fucking talents that you never really see. And he came out to surprise and he didn't upset until he got hurt. But, these things do happen. You always got to factor that in. They picked up Fields this year. Him and Neighbors together could be good. They got Theo Johnson. No complaints there. They got Likely now. No complaints there. They've got a team. Now, that being said, Likely also knows how to block as well. So they've got a team that if Scadaboo wants to, which he will, run somewhere other than straight up the middle, which he's best at, he's going to. And do I see 1,000-yard like rushing yard season in his future? I do. Whether it's going to happen this year, next year, or the year after, don't know which one. Could happen numerous times if he stays healthy enough. He's got that talent, and he surprised everybody last year coming in the way he did. And I was high on him last year. Now, that being said, I'll probably put him at 12
13.
for next year.
All right. So I echo pretty much everything you said. I love the guy. He's one of those players that I'll bump up a couple spots just so I could have him on my team because he's fun to watch.
So much fun to watch. Oh my God. So much fun to watch.
Like for example, I think I look at him and Travis Etienne similarly in terms of where they'll end up in fantasy production.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Scadaboo just because I like watching him. He is electric TV and he's a lot of fun. All right, so let's talk about some dart throws that could pay off in a big way. We're looking at running backs outside of the top 25 right now that could really blow up and pay off big. First, I have for you is Baishal Tootin on the Jaguars. He's currently at RB 26.
Yeah, we had this conversation the other day. I'm not as high on him as I was last year. I'll take the hit for making that decision last year because, sometimes those decisions really don't pan out for you. They really never pan out for me. So I hit one big last year with Scadaboo, and I hit one big the year before with
VTJ.
Now, that being said, another Jaguars boy. Now, that being said, do I think this man has talent to do well? I do, but I see him now more as a kick returner than I do a running back.
All right.
I do.
So the next guy I'll talk about is Blake Corum. He's at RB 34, and what's the movie? Stop trying to make fetch happen. Everybody says every year that this is the year that Kyron, stops producing. This is the year that Blake Corum takes over. He's the shiny new toy. I don't need him to take over, right? Kyron was the RB 8 last year. All I need to do is see that split come closer to 50-50. I think Blake Corum could be a totally
in the last 5 weeks. In the last 5 weeks of fantasy football last year, that name Corum was being picked up and dropped an awful lot in Yahoo Fantasy.
He scored 5 touchdowns in 4 weeks. He could do it. He's electric. He's great. I mean,
he's got talent.
Kyron is reliable. He's like the lightning.
Just better. Kyron is just better.
Yeah, he is. But sue me to dream, Jeff. Okay, so next on the list we have Rachaad White down at RB 39.
Yeah, I made a bet last year that he was going to get 150 fantasy points, and I didn't hit it. I didn't. He had some chances to do so, but he fucking let it fall right through. Rachaad White is my boy. I fucking love him. I'm going to stick with him. He's on the Commanders now.
Yep.
He's got the talent to be RB1 over there. He does. Do I think he's going to break through? Let's see if I pronounce his name. Krosky Merritt. Is that correct?
Yeah, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. You got it.
Do I think he's going to break through? I think he should break through because I never really liked Krosky Merritt last year either. And then you've got Katron Allen over there as well as a rookie coming in. And obviously he's another rookie that I'm high on, so I'm not going to really push him as much as I did 2 weeks ago. But I will say Rachaad White going over to Commanders, new team, new offense to look at, the ways that they've been the last couple of years. They're not really looking that hot at the running back position. I mean, Daniels is a fucking hell of a quarterback. The boy can move. He can throw. He's proven that he's got playoff talent. He just he's got to stay healthy. And with him healthy, could White produce? I think he could, but White just can't have a fallback here like he did last year.
Yep, I think whoever wins that job is going to be they're going to blow their ADP out of the water.
Yeah, I think they're going to produce very well. Yep, I agree.
All right, so let's skip the rest of our dart throws and move on to predictions so we could wrap up this show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you two players and I'm going to ask you who is going to have more yards, and you're going to talk through your thought process on why you think that.
Okay.
Okay, so who is going to have more receiving yards next year? Malik Neighbors coming back from the ACL tear and a 1,200-yard rookie year, or George Pickens coming off his massive 1,400-yard season with the Cowboys?
I'm going to say Malik Neighbors due to the fact that he didn't have Dart last year before he got hurt. He had him for one game, I think, before he got hurt, half a game, something like that. Yeah. With the way that Dart can throw and the way that he's proven that he's got that accuracy that he needs. I'll put Neighbors in there because I'm still not sold on Pickens. That doesn't mean I wouldn't go after him. That just means that I'm not completely sold. And he's a Georgia boy. Go Dogs. So I'll say that he's got my vote there. But I just don't see him repeating to the T what he did last year. That being said, 1,000 reception yards, yeah. Neighbors 1,200 plus, yes.
Yep, I'm with you there. I think Pickens got a lot of his production last year when CD was out, and I still see CD as an elite receiver.
CD is still Dak's favorite too, isn't he?
Still who?
Dak's favorite.
Well, that the target share would tell you that he is. Okay, so next one. Who will have more rushing yards? Saquon coming off a down year where he showed some age. So he had 1,100 rushing yards last year and 2,000 the year before. Or Devon Achane coming off a massive year with 1,350, but expecting the Dolphins to take a step back offensively. And he was up from 4.5 yards per carry 2 years ago to 5.7 last year. So a huge jump in efficiency. So Achane or Saquon.
Can we put them both at the same? Can I say equal?
No, you got to pick one.
I got to pick one? All right, I'll say Achane on this. I'm going to put Achane up there just because of the fact that I don't want to say that Barkley is decreasing in his numbers because we all saw what he did when he got to the Eagles. And second year on the Eagles wasn't terrible, just wasn't as good as the year before. I just don't see him outrunning Achane due to he's a short boy, but man, can he fucking run. And he stops on a dime. He's just another one of those extreme talents that's coming into the league, and he's really proving what he's got. And he's putting his head on that mountaintop that he needs to. So do I think Saquon's going to be right up there with him? Within 100 or 200 yards at the end of the year.
Follow-up question. Who gets more carries?
It's Saquon.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to take Saquon for both. I think if the Dolphins surprise and are a competent offense, Achane could compete, but I'll take the Saquon on this one. And then to finish it off, Jeff, I don't know if you're prepared for this one. We're going to do a really quick AFC East ranking. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep track of all of our rankings, and we're going to have a score at the end to see who had a better year of predictions.
Okay.
All right. So do you want to start or should I?
I'll start.
All right.
AFC East, I'll put Bills first.
All right.
And then we'll throw... Oh, man. Nah, fuck Drake May. I'll throw Bills first. I'll say... God damn it, man.
Come on.
As much as I fucking hate the guy, God damn it. All right, I'll say Bills first, Pat second. And then I want to say Jets third just to fucking see them not at the bottom of the list. So I'll say Jets third, and then I'll say Dolphins fourth.
All right, I'll go a little bit more chalky. I'll go Bills, Pats, Dolphins, Jets, and I'll have let's say Bills with 12 wins, Pats 10, Dolphins I'm going to have down at we'll give them 6.
You're going to say
And
that that division high is going to be 12 wins?
Yeah.
I'll say Bills 13, Pats 11,
All right.
Jets 8, Dolphins 7.
Jeff's 8 wins with Geno Smith. Let's start a whole new episode. We could talk about this all night. We're putting the Jets at 8. We're giving the Jets 8 wins.
Hey man, the Jets went for a J trade on that one when they got him. So,
my goodness. All right. Well, signing off for the night, Dynasty Dad Duo. We'll see you next week.
See you guys later.